Why is it snowing? Okay, breakfast time. I have overnight oats. It's 100 grams of weighed out oats with a banana and like 80 grams of blueberries. We're going out and we're gonna do the Everesting 3-hour session today, which I'm very nervous about. I was nervous about the 2-hour session, which kind of was a breeze. The 3-hour session is today. I need to eat this. I need to watch Alex Dowsett's What's in a Day During a Big Training Block. So I kind of know what the answer is, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. The snow has stopped, the sun's come out, it's melted everything away, so the climb that I've chosen will be safe. However, I feel like I want to take this one like a bit more seriously, and I want to like give it my best effort, being that obviously doing this 3-hour session is almost half the duration that the new Everesting World Records now stands at 6:40. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a good nudge, and we've got the WTRL tonight as well, the team time trial, so it's a busy day. So I'm gonna hand you over to Ed, commentary. Hi Ronan, how's it going? It's me. Thanks for handing over, Ed. It's Ed from the future. I want to first of all talk about. I'm sure there's quite a lot of you maybe who this is the first time you're hearing about me attempting Everesting ride or something. But it certainly isn't. It's pretty much old news now. I've been wanting to do it for probably the last year or so, or at least the last year. But obviously things haven't gone to plan, and I haven't been in my best physical shape. And I want to do it properly, and I want to prepare for it properly. And this is actually the third ride this year that I've done that's tried to prepare myself for an Everesting, like a proper Everesting. You know, not just riding it, but riding it as well as I can and perform as best as I can over 6.5 hours. That's not to say the record's going to be 6.5 hours. So anyway, enough of that, because like we're still a long way off from it, and as people are my closest riding buddies have been telling me that every record has a ceiling, and I'm in a very privileged place at the minute where I can wait for the record to find its place, and then I'd be probably more inclined to go for it rather than going for it when it's already tumbling. I'd rather go for it when it's stagnant, or when it's being kind of pushed to its absolute limit, because then that's when I'll have to push myself to the absolute limit. So anyway, this ride I did today was 3 hours, obviously up and down one hill. This is the climb. I actually did my own DIY National Hill Climb Championship on this climb. I'll link that somewhere at the top of the screen if you haven't seen that. It's about a 4-minute hill if you were to go as hard as you can. Well, at least the KOM, which I have, is 4 minutes. But me riding it as I did today at about 320 watts, give or take, which is about 5.3 watts per kilo. I was getting up there in around about 4 minutes and 45 seconds. And the descent, which you'll see in a second, you can probably already tell that it's a terrible road. And that's the whole point. The whole point of these training sessions, or these testing sessions then, is just for me to push myself over the duration. It's not about me trying to get anywhere near the record, or trying to hold record pace or anything like that. It's not as complicated as that. It's just me trying to more than anything get myself into that headspace of just trying to ride up and down a hill 30 times, which was the case for this climb yesterday. So I think it's about 900 meters long at 14% gradient. Now I know Ronan McLaughlin has got probably one of the best climbs you could ever do it on, over in Ireland. I've actually raced up that climb around a good few years ago actually, but I've raced up here a number of times in the Ras in Ireland. And it tends to, well, it's obviously very steep and very straight. This one is obviously very steep, but not very straight at all. And lots of changes in gradient and stuff like that. So what I was probably more placing more emphasis on in this ride was actually me trying to achieve good pacing throughout. And if I had anything at the end, that's what I've been doing. In the last ride I did, which was 2 hours, I actually went and I pushed on. I pushed on in the final half an hour just to see if I could. So anyway, we're coming down the descent now. It's not a fast descent. It's about 40 kilometers an hour average. You can't do more than like 55k an hour maybe on it, so it's not very good. Those of you with nervous disposition, look away now. It's lucky because I know this road very well. It's only a 20-minute ride from my house. But obviously as the day went on, ironically, I got better and better at taking the descent, and I was able to go faster and faster. This was actually the first time up the climb of the 30 that I did, and it started to snow, as you can see. But it's not very high. It's only about 200 meters elevation, and the road is completely soaked. So I didn't take any risks for like the first hour. Not that I was taking risks anyway, but it was more a case of kind of just getting up the climb and then getting back down it again. So yeah, in terms of pacing, I mean, I get on to pacing in a second, but nutrition wise, obviously you saw that I had my big bowl of overnight oats. I had 2 bottles of 500ml of beta fuel, so Science and Sports beta fuel. That got me through. I didn't need anything else, so 3 hours and just those 2 bottles. Now the pacing, I was looking at the VAM. I started recording this bit because it was starting to hail pretty badly. I'm just showing off how bad the conditions were. And that hopefully I'd never get those conditions again. So it's all about VAM, isn't it? Like how many meters per hour are you climbing? And to be very specific, I was doing 1,167. That was my VAM. That's obviously including the descent. World record pace is 1,400. So I'm only 200 and something odd off, 230 VAM off, which ain't a lot when you consider the circumstances I'm doing it in here at the end of a training block and everything else. I just got off of 2 weeks of 1,000 TSS weeks. So I'm not like, this isn't like a ideal scenario, but I'm just putting it out there. It's all part of the training, all part of the process, and of course VAM wise, when I was actually going up the climb, it was similar again, but obviously the descent is terrible. So I know before any of you type it in the comments, the descent is terrible. It's just about, it's more about performance for me than actual, because I know a lot of people say it's the climb makes or breaks the record. I know that. I've not even looked for a climb. I've not even gone down that road yet, that headspace, because the minute I start doing that, the minute it becomes more real, and I'm delaying the stress for as long as possible. So I'm just enjoying the process and the performance and putting in the work, and that's it. Oh, absolute mega ride. I know I obviously did the voiceover, but hopefully I won't get conditions like that. Snow, hailstones, what else do we have? well, all the weathers, but it's done now. I won't have to do it for another month. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now, being that I've just got in and it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and I've got 3.5 hours until team time trial tonight with WTRL on Zwift. So fueling is like the #1 priority before I get cleaned up, because the window's not that big. So I'm gonna have some of this, you know the score, and I'm probably gonna have some oat milk with it to get a bit more calories. I've got a bit of my overnight oats still left, only a little bit, not much. And then we have this, which is last night's risotto that we've literally made like an absolute. There's enough there to feed a small platoon. So I'm gonna devour that and get my feet up, stretch a little bit, and keep hydrated, because the thing is, like, I can sit down now for like an hour, 2 hours, and I'll be really stiff when I get up. So I need to keep moving. Good evening.
Not an excuse, buddy. Well done, everyone. Great.
Seems to be a lot of talking going on in the Backpedal A1 radio chat on Discord. It's brilliant. Look at this. Look at this. So we've got. So these are the teams that we've got racing tonight. The Backpedal team. So we've got Backpedal A1. We've got Backpedal A2. We've got B1. Nobody's in that radio chat. B2. We've got a couple of guys in there. And then Backpedal C group. I'm not sure which ones are racing already, but anyway, update to come on how they do. Going for ankle socks tonight, because I've run out of socks. No, I'm joking. Oh, productive Tuesday. That's a shed full of TSS, and that team time trial was grim. 3 of us doing through and off, because we had to finish with 4 riders, 4th rider to count, and a couple of problems. We lost a couple of riders down to 3, so I had to do more pulls, harder pulls, longer pulls, and then I was like, oh, this is getting like a bit sticky. There's like 5k to go. Basically doing, I did like 320 watts for half an hour, which is basically 320 watts is what I was averaging up the climb earlier today. Whew. So anyway, we're done. Another day in the books. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.